Hey, good morning, everybody. I want to read you an excerpt from John C. Maxwell's book, and it's a fascinating 5 pages that I'm going to read. And I just would like for you to pay attention and listen to this. This is really a big deal. I mean, this is one of those epiphanal moments. It just blew my mind this morning when I read this. What is your life story? When I meet people for the first time, as soon as the introductions are out of the way, I ask them to share their stories and to tell me who they are, where they're from, where they've been, and where they're going. And I understand what matters to them. I want to understand what matters to them. Maybe you do the same. The telling of our stories becomes an emotional connection points us. Oh, wait a minute. Let me read that again. Telling our stories becomes an emotional connection point for us. It bridges the gap between us. Why is that? Everyone loves a good story. We always have. Hi, baby. The dog wants to read too, so here we go. Telling us our stories becomes an emotional point for us. It bridges the gap between us. Why is that? Everyone loves a good story. We always have. Stories tell us who we are. They inspire us, connect us, animate, and give us permission to act. They fire our emotions, give us pictures of who we aspire to be. Stories are us. Stories are us. Every day, millions of people watch movies, read novels, and search the internet for stories that inspire them to make them laugh. Everybody loves to laugh. I love to laugh. Every day we listen to our friends tell us about the dramatic or funny things that happen to them. Every day people take out their smartphones and show pictures and share stories. And stories are how we relate to others and learn to remember. As a communicator, I spent a good portion of my days sharing stories. People don't care about cold facts. They don't want to look at pie charts. They want excitement. They want drama. They want to care about pictures. They want to laugh. They want to feel what happened. Feel. That's right. Statistics don't inspire people to do great things. Stories do. Stories do. This is John Maxwell's book, by the way. And it's called Intentional Living. You need to get a hold of this thing. So I'll ask you again, what's your story? I wish I could sit right now with you and hear from you. When you get to the end of this book, I'll tell you about a way you can share your story with me and others. But before we get to that, I want you to think about your story so far. What kind of story is it? We all have a bit of humor in our stories. We all have a bit of drama in our stories. We all have our ups and downs, wins and losses. There's a bit of comedy and tragedy and history in all of us, but overall, each of our lives tell larger stories. What do you want yours to say? I believe that no matter what plot each of our stories may follow, deep down we all want the same things. We want our lives to matter. We want our stories to be significant. Nobody wants to feel like the world wouldn't miss them if they never lived. Are you with me? I'm with him. I'm picking up what he's putting down. Have you ever seen the classic movie It's a Wonderful Life story of George Bailey, who dreams of traveling the world and building things, but who instead stays home in Bedford Falls because he repeatedly chooses to do what he believes to be what is right for others? I got to have a little drink of coffee. A point occurs in the movie where George experiences a moment of crisis, and he comes to believe that everyone around him would be better off if he'd never been born. And what in reality is saying that his life doesn't matter. The great twist of the story occurs when, help from an angel, George gets a chance to see what his town and other lives would look like if he had never existed. Without him It's a dark and negative place. George becomes recognized as a positive impact that he had made because time after time he took action to do what he knew was right to help other people. As Clarence the angel tells him, each man's life touches so many others. George had touched many lives in small ways and made a difference. This is a good movie. It's one of my favorite movies. It's in my top 10 list of movies of all time. Have you looked at your life from that angle? Have you ever thought what you want for your life story to be? Yeah. Have you ever thought about what you want your life story to be? Do you believe you can live a life of significance? Think about that. That you can do things that really matter. That you can make your story great. You think you can do those things? I mean, those are pretty good questions. Have you ever looked at your life from that angle? Have you ever thought about what you want your life story to be? Do you believe you can live a life of significance? Do you think your life really matters? Can you make your life into a great story? With all my heart, I believe the answer to these questions, the answer to these questions is yes. You have it within your power to make your life a great story. Listen, one of significance. Every person can, regardless of nationality, opportunity, ethnicity, or capacity, each of us can live a life of significance. We can do things that matter and can make the world a better place. I hope you believe that. If you don't now, I hope you will by the time you're finished reading this book. Listen, this is a good book. You need to get this book. I'm going to keep on reading because I want to get to this part that blew my mind. I mean, absolutely blew my mind. John C. Maxwell, Intentional Living. I'm going to try to keep this thing under 10 minutes if I can. Don't let the word significance intimidate you. Don't let it stop you from pursuing life that matters. Pursuing a life that matters. When I talk about significance, I'm not talking about being famous. I'm not talking about getting rich, and I'm not talking about being a huge celebrity or winning a Nobel Prize or becoming president of the United States. There's nothing wrong with any of these things, but you don't have to accomplish any of them to be significant. To be significant, all you have to do is make a difference with others. Wherever you are. That's pretty good. Come on. That's what I've been trying to teach you guys for the last week. And I opened this book this morning. I was like, man, I've been doing this for a week. I've been trying to teach people how to just add value to somebody else's life. That's what John Maxwell's been teaching me. So, anyway, here we go. All you have to do is make a difference. Wherever you are and whatever you have. It doesn't make any difference. It doesn't cost money to make a difference. You can smile and tell somebody they're beautiful. And or whatever. You can tell them, man, I really think you're a good person. And you can change their life forever. Back in 1976, this is the part that blew my mind. Listen to this. Back in 1976, I received a gift from Eileen Beavers, who was my assistant at the time. As I unwrapped it, I saw it was a book, and I was intrigued by the title, The Greatest Story Ever Told. I couldn't wait to read it. And when I opened it, I was shocked. The pages were blank, and inside was a note from Ellen that said, John, your life is before you. Fill these pages with kind acts, good thoughts, and matters of your heart. Write a great story with your life. Are you serious? Man. We all have an ink pen. I'm not going to read anymore. I don't have to read anymore. I think you guys will understand. I'm going to read one more little excerpt here. I still remember the excitement and anticipation that surged through me when I read her words. For the first time, it made me think how I was an author. I'm the author of my life. I'm the author of my life. I could fill every page with whatever I wanted. It made me want to be significant. It inspired me to do whatever I could to make my life matter. I'm going to tell you, I don't even have to read some more of the book. I'm going to tell you what will make your life matter. You have got to help other people. There is nothing in this world that we can do that there's nothing I can do in this world than help somebody with a problem. If somebody has an issue and I can help them solve it, it just makes me happy. It just makes me extremely happy. And I'm not saying proud of myself or anything like that. It just makes me happy to help somebody. I've been in a lot of places. I've hurt. There are times that I hurt you'll never see in my face that I'm dying inside. Because I usually carry it pretty well. But when I see somebody else hurting, I can see it in their eyes. I look at their face and I go, wow, there's something going on in there. And God's given me that gift or talent. And I can see that, and I'll ask a few questions, and the next thing you know, they're spewing their life story out before me. You have the power. You're the author of your own life. It's up to you what you want to do. It's up to you what you want to say. It's up to you. Everything's up to you. The greatest story ever told. You going to write it? Or just going to let it pass by? I work at a funeral home. Am I going to see you downstairs on the slab and say, wow, that's the saddest thing I've ever seen. She had the potential of being such a great person. He had such a potential of being a great person. Never did anything. Never said anything. Never tried to help anyone. Never tried to do anything. You've got the pen in your hand. Start today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Start today and start writing the greatest story ever told. And when your grandchildren stand up, they'll say, man, my grandmother was the greatest woman that ever lived. Wouldn't that be honoring to have that happen? Your children stand up and say, my dad was the greatest man that ever lived. He helped me through everything. I don't know what else to say, but I know that blew my mind when I read that, the greatest story ever told. And then I was thinking the Bible. I was thinking, hey, she gave him a Bible. No. It hasn't been written yet. I'm not done writing my story. I'm going to keep on writing, people. I'm going to write it. I'm going to write today. I'm going to write some stuff today. And I'm going to keep writing the greatest story that some of my family ever told, I hope. Go touch somebody's life. Go help somebody today. Be a positive influence. Quit saying all those negative things. Quit saying all the negative things about yourself. Say positive things about it. I'm going to do this today. I'm going to do this today. I hope this has inspired you like it's inspired me. I may read some more excerpts as I read in the mornings from John's book. It's Intentional Living. Go get I'm telling you, go buy you a John Maxwell book. I am not being paid by John. John's my friend. I love what he says. He says, hi, my name's John Maxwell. I'm your friend. And I just love it. Man, he's just a good guy. And get one of his books, start reading it. He is inspiring me to be a better person. God bless every one of you. If you've got any questions, you need some help. You need somebody to inspire you to be a better person. You get a hold of me, all right? You've got a way to get a hold of me here on Facebook. I'm going to post this on YouTube and on Facebook as well. God bless every one of you. Have a wonderful day. And get out there and do something to change somebody else's life and start writing that story, all right? Greatest story ever told.